All right, we're live. It's lit, man. Back in the back in the towns. We're back in the towns. Um and man, this is the first stream I've had since the Knicks won the chip. So you know what I'm saying? Hold on. 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 That's how we're gonna start the live off today. That's how we're gonna start the live off today. um if you are here with me right now, it's probably because you either are trading, you want to learn how to trade, and I've been able to have a little bit of success. I'm not the best trader in the world. I always tell people that I'm not like some guru. I'm not the yeah. I'm not one of them kind of people, right? But we're going to uh basically I'm going to show you guys how to use a AI platform, an AI system, so that way you can take quality trades and be profitable in this market. So I'm going to share my screen, and you can see the AI platform. I'm going to switch to my other account, so we're going to trade on, so I don't forget. All right, so right now, it is pre-market. I'm going to try to explain how to use the AI system before opening bell, so that way we could take a profitable trade today. If you have any questions, go to the link in my description. Go to my YouTube. Well, subscribe to my YouTube. And you can either comment, or you could comment, or you can go to the Discord and ask questions, whatever questions that you need, and I'll try my best to answer them and help you guys out. But for right now, I'm going to just share this live. So I want to share this live so that we can make sure. Let me see. Everyone is good. Let me show this out. Boom. Um, um, all right. So if you're in my Discord, then you'll see how often I trade throughout the week and how often I use this AI system. Like I said, there's multiple ways you can use it. Um, I'll kind of go through like a rundown. Um, if you don't know me, and it's your first time watching this stream, my name is Shaquille McFarland. Um, I've been trading for about 7 years now. I've been trading futures for, to be honest, like a few months. I've seen it to be more of like my style of trading. I like to scalp, hence why my Discord is called Scalpers Academy. Um, but I'm no educator, I'm no teacher, I'm no guru. I just found a system that works, and I'm documenting my journey through this YouTube. So if you're with me, cool, we make some money. If uh, you're just stopping by, say what's up, and yeah, we're gonna get this show on the road. So first things first, right? We have an AI scanner. Earlier today, well, let's just talk about last week. Last week we had a beautiful week. We used the setups from the scanner, and we were able to make a payout. Just being consistent with using the correct setups And it's been we had a really really blessed week. So we're praying for another week with some similar results, um, so that we can continue to take care of our families and provide and do what we got to do, moving forward. Um, so yeah, if you were able to get access to the AI scanner, the bot, um, it will look similar to this. Now, originally, right now I'm on gold. I am on gold right now. I usually trade NQ, but I just want to show this was a clean move from the AI scanner. Um, Actually, like, yeah, for this morning. All right, so before getting into any trades or anything like that, you would normally see the chart look like this without any scanner AI. Um, and for a beginner, this may look like a lot. It may look like it's a lot going on. You don't know what these red lines or these green lines mean, and you can't really tell the direction of the market or what it's about to do. So as you become savvy, or as you do your research, as you start learning, um, you'll learn that price likes to react. Price meaning like where the candles are. This right here is price. So wherever the is at that time is where price is in the market, right? So you'll learn that price likes to react off of particular areas. So if we look in the past, right? If we look in the past, like to the left of us, we'll see like, okay, like here prices. Um, Let me see. I gotta get nice with this anyway. So let's use these circles. All right, so boom, you know, price reacted here, right? Price reacted, price reacted here. All right, now, all right. So what you would normally do? Price also reacted here, all right? These levels, okay, all right. So this is a good level to like use because you'll see like price reacted and dropped, price reacted and dropped. On the other end, after price broke that level, right? Right? It came back and now it used it as more of like a floor. All right. Now it's a particular area, not a set price, like that you'll see the reactions off of, but it's an area where you can gauge like, okay, we can play off of this to make some money. All right. So this is not the only area you'll see that. You got one here, where price reacted, you know, around this on both sides of it, you got a level here, a level here. It broke through this, and then when it broke through, you can see price kind of like bouncing off of it now, vice versa. All right, so before the bot, you have to like kind of see this, and then mark this up, and then kind of like what I call trap the price within and support and resistance levels, also known as supply and demand levels. All right, and then basically, like right now, I'm teaching you how to trade without the bot. Right, this is how you trade without the bot. It is a lot harder to do this because you're kind of guesstimating, these areas, if I'm being honest. And by all means, I'm not saying you don't have to use the bot, or I mean, like I'm not saying that you have to use the bot or anything like that. I'm just showing you how much easier it is to make money and trade when you do have a bot. Okay. Um, but yeah, so you'll do levels like this. What else? And then I'll do like one more thing. And then you'll basically like instead of it being a line, you'll probably like just mark this up as a zone. So that way, like if it comes in that area, you can use it to trade off of. And then, depending on your strategy, you have breakout strategies and you have like reversal strategies. Once price bounces off these levels, you can use it to take the trade back up. Or if it breaks through, you can take these trades down. But overall, it's obviously a lot more to that. You want to look at higher time frames to make sure you're trading in the right direction, all kinds of stuff, right? But that's just like just face value of, okay, I don't have a bot, I'm trying to trade. You'll do something similar to this and then try to take your buys at demand levels, the bottom, or support levels. You'll take your buys there, back up, and then you'll take your sells at resistance levels, or what you'll call supply zones. All right. So as you see here, this is a good, um, I guess, visual to see that, like, this was once resistance, it was once supply, right? And you could have used it to sell off of this level. Once it broke through, now it flips to, it's the same level, but like now, because price is above it, it flips to being support and also a demand level, for you to take buys. But like I said, it's a lot harder to do, just off face value. So I'll leave this up to see, like, if the bot is something similar to it, just so you can see how it marks up the levels without you having to do that. If you have a bot, it just look. So if you have a bot, then okay. So you see, I was pretty correct with this demand level here with this white line. This is the one I created. So it marked this up as demand. Um, and that was, if we being honest, that was pretty much it. So, you know, I would have missed a great move here based off of me just waiting for, you know, what I marked up, you know. Now you got access to AI, and it would have gave you a way better entry for a trade like this that just happened at 4 in the morning. I'm just gonna delete this stuff, so I don't want you guys to get this confused with the bot, the stuff that I made. All right, so you could have easily this is like the perfect trade off of the bot. If we're being honest, this is the A+ setup that we will call. Um, Literally, all you're doing, you have your price on the 5 minute time frame, right? So here it'll be on a 5 minute time frame, and you're chilling. I don't know if you guys like to play video games. I don't know if you guys like to cook, clean up the house, whatever the case is. You do, by all means, don't have to just sit on your computer like this all day and just watch the market. It's making a big, okay. It's not even opening bell, and gold is you know doing a dance right now. But yeah, by all means, you don't have to just sit here in front of the computer and just like watch your screen. Like, that's not the point of trading. Trading is to provide freedom for you. So I just came back from some family. I wasn't even home. I was in a whole nother state, and I was able to still make money, spend time with people that I care about, and you know, the scanner was still there. I could periodically check my computer, see if it called something out, and then I'll get into the trade if I like it. Right. So by all means, don't just sit here on your computer. You will see me sitting here on my computer and maybe here for a few hours or whatever, to provide value for you guys. But all in all, wow, this is actually a great move. But I'm gonna stay disciplined, right? If you're a shooter, some shooters probably are shooting, but um yeah, discipline, right? I'm gonna be disciplined for that person who doesn't know what's going on at all. All right, and I don't want to rush things. I'm gonna explain it. But my shooters are shooting, if that makes sense. So but this is the setup that we want to see, right? To use the scanner. So if you don't have access to the scanner, like I said, go to my Discord, or the AI bot, I should say. Go to my Discord, and you can get access to that if you need help getting it set up. Send me a separate message on Discord, and we'll set up a one-on-one, and I'll help you set up your accounts. All right. But anyway, so if price is above this white line, right? If we got price above this white line, then we're looking for longs, right? So when you're trading futures, buys, we want the market to go up. They're also known as longs. So if price is above the white line, the white EMA, we're looking for buys. We're looking for longs. All right. The second thing you want to see is if the second EMA is also green, right? If it's red, that means it's probably reversing at the time, and we're gonna wait for it to turn green. All right, that second EMA. That second EMA is green, and you now have a green arrow as such, like this one right here. That's the third confirmation, the third step for entering into a trade. And now, like I said, with the A plus setups, there's every time you see a green arrow, and you're not always going to get this yellow candle. But if you see this yellow candle, that means it's go time. All right, that means that it's go time. I wouldn't hesitate on taking this trade. Um, you know, the scanner is very good at identifying pushes in the market when this yellow candle is created. All right, well, in the right direction. Okay, so you would simply just enter, and just for I'm going to show and be transparent, because this did look like it pulled back a little bit before it went up. But anyway, you'll go in. You'll do this at market execution though. So you'll have your set like this on market execution. Just for right now, just so I can demonstrate, I have to put it on limit. But basically, you'll set once this yellow candle finishes forming, right? And there's times where you can see it actually like the yellow candle will start to clarify everything. You can wait until this candle finishes forming, meaning if we're on a 5-minute time frame, this is 5-minute candlestick. Once this closes um and it closes yellow, you can enter. Once you get savvy enough, once you start seeing this more and more, you'll notice that when this yellow candle forms, you can enter a little earlier. So you can enter while it's here, before it closes. But if you're still learning and you want to do things the correct way without you know taking any extra risk, you wait for this candle to close, you'll enter. So I have my entry here. So this next candle will start. I'll have my stop loss here where it says where the red line is. Now, personally, if I'm on the stream and I'm trading it and I see this happen, I wait for the candle to close below. So like I don't necessarily put my stop loss there because I see it. I see it visually, right? So if this candle closes below this red line, then I'm getting out of the trade. Um, or obviously if I see like a momentum candle going in the opposite direction, like if it was a strong red candle coming like down, I'm just gonna get out and then wait for the market to push back up before entering again. But in this case, you can see like it's possible that you could have got stopped out if you just had your stop loss sitting here. So, like I said, this is 5-10 minutes after entry. Um, you know, the goal isn't to be sitting here for an hour in your trade. So, if it does this and it closes below, you're done. But obviously, if it doesn't close below, give it some breathing room. To potentially make with your first target. If your first target is usually 1-to-1, so you would have risked $400 to make $400 on your 50K account. So that's like less than 1% of risk in your account. If you see price hit the first target, yes, you can hold it, but like if you decide to hold it, just protect your account by moving your stop to break even, and now you have a risk-free trade. Okay. Like I said, obviously, as you get better at this, you'll learn when to move your stop loss up based off of how price is moving. But if you were to hold this trade to the second take profit, you could have made $700. It didn't necessarily quite reach the third take profit until like later. Um, yeah, but like this is way later. I don't encourage anybody to stay in a trade for that long. It's not even like necessary. You got to really think, even just within the first take profit level, right? If you waited 5, 10, 15, 20. This is 25 minutes, you make $400. I want you to put that into perspective. Okay. $400 in 25 minutes. All right. Really think about that. Okay. So slow down and be grateful for the knowledge that you have and how you're able to use it. Okay. We have an AI system. You don't have to think about it. If you just do, more times than not, you're gonna win. Okay, so gold, we had some pushes on gold off the break of structure. I do want to wait. In the morning, I trade what you call a 15-minute opening range. I'm going to stick to that, my discipline. Even though that was a pretty good move off of gold. So with that, we're gonna wait for opening bell. We got like 8 minutes until opening bell. We're gonna mark out our 15-minute opening range, and we're gonna take a trade off of that for the day. Yeah, let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. Wait, that would have been a really nice gold trade. I'm not gonna lie. We could have been in and out done for the day. It actually looks like a better move than MQ today because it's already showing direction. It broke structure. It retraced and broke again, showing great momentum to the upside. Let's just look at the higher time frames. Okay, and then on the higher time frames, it's breaking a supply level. Once it pushes through this, the supply level will disappear. And then the overall time frame, yeah, it just broke structure, retraced, bounced off of that to potentially, continue to rise. This is a beautiful move. I can't lie. Off of this demand level, we're obviously in buys. I would like to see price pull back just a little bit. And if you are with me, let me just see. See, that's a pretty good risk. I'm gonna shoot, guys. So we're gonna be in and out today. I'm gonna try to make my money and then get out of here before opening bell. This candle closes in 1 minute. Let's just see if it pulls back just a little bit to give us a better entry. Obviously, we are continuing on the uptrend, so I'm looking for buys. But let's just see. Let's see. If I miss the move, then I'll wait. But if it gives me a nice little pullback, for like with a trade like this, it broke structure and it pulled back, bounced off the EMAs, and showed an engulfing candle here. A good entry would have been off of this 5-minute candle, and we could have been in and out with the bag. So we would have entered here off of this candle, risking, I don't like to risk more than $400 to $500. So putting my stop loss somewhere around here, and then we would have took it up, and we could have been up about $400 now, which is more than my daily goal. And, we could have been done for the day. But I do like this move. I just want to see this pull back a little bit. I'm gonna set my stop loss for the break of structure. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this buy, and then we're gonna trail it. All right, so I did just get in buys for gold, based off the break of structure, the momentum up, and we're gonna get a quick scalp. Try to make a few $100, and maybe we can maybe we could trail it. But like with this account, I've created a big enough buffer for me to just hit my daily goal, so that way I can continue to make these payouts weekly. So if I do see my daily goal, I will be getting out. And then maybe on my other account, I'll look for a similar setup. But right now we are in longs. We are in longs. This is what you would call a riskier trade. I'm trading based off of a break of structure. I'm not trading off of an arrow. I'm not trading off of a call out. right? I'm going based off of structure. Okay, so like I said, it's a riskier trade, um, but we're not risking, you know, a lot on it, if that makes sense. We're not risking a lot of money on the trade. So we're just looking for some pushes up while momentum is going. Um, and yeah, for those of you that are new, if you for those of you that are new, um, go to and then what you'll do is you'll check to see if there's any red folders for USD showing high impact news, or orange folders that can impact what's going on. But at 10 o'clock there's supposed to be like some kind of news, but it's a yellow folder, so it shouldn't affect the market too much. So you can go there to check your trade. I mean, to check your what's going on for the day. You can also use finviz.com, right? And it's just a map, right? So this is more so like obviously when I'm trading NQ right now, I'm in gold, but it will show you kind of like a bias. If it's a lot of green, then obviously the market is going up. If it's a lot of red, the market is going down. You don't trade off of this, meaning like if if um if you see a bunch of green, you don't just get in for buys. You know, you still want to make sure you get a good entry um, while entering, um, the market. But this is a good bias. So usually this goes blank during the opening bell, which is in 2 minutes. Um, I thought we would make a little bit more of a push up during the opening bell. So you know, hopefully we're on the right side of things right now. I was hoping we'd get a little bit more of a push up so that way I could protect my account. So if price does decide to retrace before going back up, it's definitely going to go up. But before going back up, you know, we could have at least protected the account. But if price decides to come back, I'll just wait for it to break structure again, and then we'll have our entries there. But we have literally 50 seconds before opening bell. Gold could make a big push. It could spike. It could do anything right now. But like I said, we didn't risk a lot on this. So, if we take a loss, we'll find another entry after the 15-minute opening range. If we win, then we will be done for the day. I'll say that. So do we have any questions so far? Okay, now we chilling. We're chilling right now. All right, new 5-minute candle just started. I like the bounce, like the little wick here. Let's see if his price is actually going to react. Is the opening bell right now. Let's see, it's gonna wick in our favor. We are on the side of momentum, so we're not going to be greedy if price decides to go in our favor. Like I said, we're just looking for the daily goal, and we'll find another play because I do have another account that I want to use. All right, so there we go. And price is at all right. So the scanner just called out a buy on gold. All right, I'm going to protect my entry. If you did not enter yet, it's literally telling you to get in at the end of this candle. I'm going to secure my profit and I'll get in again when the scanner finishes calling it out. So technically we're up, for the day. We won. We had a winning day. For those of you that are on the session right now and maybe you didn't enter, you have an opportunity to make some money. If you made money with me already, you can enter again if you want. For those of you that are watching this later, this is a perfect example of the entries that you're looking for with this scanner. I know I have a black background, but it's literally telling you an entry point, a stop loss, and then target areas for you to take the trade to. Okay. Like I said, when you become savvy enough, you can take these early entries when you first see the scanner call it out, and you would be up right now. Like you will literally be up right now. You'll be making money right now as we speak. Um, and if you hit your daily goal, take your money, take your money, or protect your trade. Okay. Um, this is a beautiful move by gold. I could have obviously stayed in. Matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is, because this is the account, this is my other account. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to another funded. All right. So there are ways that you can copy trade. But on TradingView, as I'm showing you guys, I'm not copy trading. If you want to do that, you can have multiple accounts and in the same moves. Like I said, you don't need to make $1,000 a day. You make $200 on 5 accounts, that's $1,000. All right, and it's a lot easier to hit the $200 mark than it is to make a thousand, right? Like off of one move. But like I said, I'm going to take another trade. This is on a different account, and then we're gonna see if price can, like I said, work in our favor again. This candle closes in 1 minute. We can go to the lower time frames to see if we can get like a good pullback entry. So the 1 minute also called out buys that smacked TP2. So you could have ate off the 1 minute. I don't like to trade off the 1 minute, but scanner is doing this thing like in real time with y'all right now, which is really pretty cool actually. So we got like a small little pullback. Got a small pullback. We got 1 more minute before this 5-minute candle closes. All right, and then you see on the 1 minute, it's pulling back. This is actually giving us pretty good entries. So if you're really paying attention, you're listening, you have a really good entry here on this pullback before this candle closes. Let's look at the higher time frames. Last time I checked, the 15-minute was breaking through a supply zone, which is gone now because of the market pushing up. Now the next zone that it could possibly hit, oh man, it has to fill all of this. Like we could be in, if you get in this trade, you can pass your account for the evals on this one trade most likely with the proper risk. All right, so a new candle just started. We're going to set our stop losses and our TPs. We're going to enter again. This is on a different account. Like I said, just trust in the scanner. We're going to make money on another account. If we push up to TP1, I'm going to protect the trade. I'm going to put my stop loss in profit. When I'm watching it, I let the trade run. So unless it closes below this stop loss, I'll stay in the trade. It has to close below. If it wicks it or touches it, then I'm still going to be in. So if you get a little bit of a retracement, don't worry. Let it play out. Let it do its thing. And then, like I said, if you're new to this, once you see it hit the first target, take your money, live to trade another day. Don't be greedy. Even what I'm doing right now is a little much, like I don't enter I won for the day. You know what I'm saying? So this is me just showing an example of how you would enter and exit these trades, how you let it play out in the market. All right. So, we're looking pretty good. We got a lot of buying pressure. It's creating these wicks, and we're gonna get in and get out off these scalps, and then we're gonna call it a day. You know, I actually made some money last night on this account, so this is just adding to it. Technically, it's all still the same trading day, um, but you know, just learning how to use this scanner can it's like trading for dummies for real. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I do know how to use this to take advantage of the market and make some money. So we're gonna wait for this push up real quick. We're gonna wait for this push up into profit. We're gonna take our money, and then we're gonna call it a day, and then we're gonna be done most likely before 10 o'clock, which is amazing. We got a little bit of retracement here. Don't worry, it's part of the game. It happens. It's gonna fluctuate. You're gonna be in profit, out of profit. Obviously, if you didn't get into the trade and you like the buys, the lower that you get into the trade, you know, by the time it gets to the entry, you could already be at your daily goal. But you know, give it some time, let it play out, let it do its thing. I have my stop loss set. I usually don't, because like I said, I want price to close below this. So I'm gonna let it do its thing. If price closes below the red line, then I'll take the loss. Uh, but I can't see that happening right now. Um, the buying pressure is really heavy here. It's it's trying to break that level, and it can't right now. So we'll see. This candle closes in a minute. You know, just give it some time. Like I said, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You can possibly make a couple $100. And I always say this. If somebody was to call you right now and tell you to sit down on your couch for 10 minutes and they're going to give you $300, $200, $400, would you do it? Would you take that money? So look, we're up 300 right now again. So this is the second trade. Um, like I said, if you're on an eval, you can. I missed the 300. If you're on an eval, you can pass the eval in one day, but like I said, protect your account. All right. So protect your account, meaning as price gets into profit, you want to move your stop loss at your break even level and let price do its thing. If it comes back and takes you out, at least you didn't lose any. And it's still a winning day because you didn't lose anything. It's almost like you didn't even trade, but you learned something. All right. And that's what's most important. All right. So, all right. If I'm being honest, it hit the target. It did its thing. Um, we should have took that, but we're not going to sleep on it the next time. I still see a lot of buying pressure. Like I said, if you see a daily goal, don't hesitate to take your money. It's always another trading day. You will eventually, have those days where you're making $1,000, $2,000, whatever. All right. You don't have to make it all in one day, in one sitting. You know, if you've had a one-on-one with me, then my motto is slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Shout out to Nemesis. But that's a real thing. All right, real thing. So don't take what you see for granted. If you are up, you know, take your money, man. Take your money. Don't sleep on it. All right. Like I said, we've been in this trade for not even 10 minutes yet, like about 7 minutes. Right. And the last time, you did anything for 7 minutes and made $200. Take your money. Take your money. Take your money. Take your money. All right. I said the next time that this hits TP1, I'm going to, you know, I'm going to take advantage of that. So look, here we are. We're at 480. We made $500 on the session. If you're still in, right, move your stop losses to break even. Move your stop loss to break even. If you want to continue to let the trade ride and go up, then by all means, do that. If you're on a performance account already, remember that you have consistency rules. So, you can make a lot of money to create a buffer. So that way, obviously, when you take your money out, you still have room to, trade with off the whatever account that you have. Um, but yeah, so price actually got close to TP2. AI did its thing, right? Don't let your human psychology of fear and greed stop you from having a winning day. Okay. There's always tomorrow, there's always later in the day. Um, you know, Obviously, as you learn how the market moves and how it goes, um, you'll learn how to stay in the trades for longer. But like I said, that also comes with risk. Okay, you're risking, the trade doing what it's doing now, which is, turning the other way. Now, overall, I see price continuing to push up. Um, I can see price hitting TP3, but that's something that I would never know for sure. You know, based off of my knowledge, um, and my success that I've had, it's literally been, you know, target one is gonna get hit. Target two, possible. Target three is just like icing on the cake. Okay. But obviously, if you've traded before, you know how to trade, then you'll know how to use these levels that the market is giving you with these fair value gaps. I mean, not the market, the AI is literally putting these fair value gaps up there for you. You don't have to look for those yourself, which is like these are things that you have to do manually before. All right. AI is doing it all for you, it's figuring it out for you. It did its thing today. It hit TP1 twice, came up to TP2. If you decide to hold it, that's cool. Just understand the risk that you're putting on yourself. But like I said, you know, if you're able to hold it, um, that's a bag right there. It's a bag. Let's see, like for my people that is holding it, like I said, if it's not the trade isn't invalid until uh price closes like up, like it has to be a selling candle that closes below this line. That's when it's invalid. If price comes and it taps it, or um and it goes back up, it's not an invalid trade. So it's a possible, you know, $1,900 win today if you're on with me. But like I said, I'm not looking to make that much on my accounts. I have to stick to a consistency rule. I have to stick to, just making sure I do enough to get my payouts. I don't need to have no crazy big days. I've created a buffer already. So if you're in your performance accounts, it's okay. You can have those big days and create that buffer, but just understand that like moving forward, it's going to change your consistency. Um, it may be above 50% or whatever. But yeah, that's it, man. We're done before 10 a.m. We done made a bag in both accounts. So let's just be transparent. I used two accounts today. All right, we're gonna go to the summary. This is live. So last night, let me clarify that. Last night I made about $400 right on this account, and then I made another $400. So that's in total for the day. It's about 800, so it's close to 1,000. And then on this account, what we do today, we made $286. This account I've already made payouts on, and I literally just if as long as I continue to make 250 a day, I can keep taking money out. I've created a crazy buffer. So we're gonna run this account up as well. And that's just me being transparent. So yeah, like I said, if you're watching the stream right now, hopefully you make some money. If you're watching the stream later, hopefully you learn something and you can see how easy it is to make some money. And if you, like I said, if you want to learn, go to the Discord. Join my Discord. I have a lot of free information in there. And like I said, if you want one-on-one help as far as getting your account set up and stuff like that, go to Discord, reach out to me directly, and we'll set up a time, and I'll help you, get your stuff situated. And then, yeah, man, that's pretty much it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here all day. I mean, usually I wait until after like opening bell, and find the 15-minute opening range on NASDAQ. But gold really just, it blessed us on both, like twice. Oh, wow. Look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ went crazy too. We had a break of structure, price bounced off of it and continued on its way up. We didn't get a call out though. We did not get a call out, but like, let's just see if, is this the 930 candle? So this would have been, another entry, but this is something we could talk about later as we get advanced on the sessions. But you could take entries off a break of structure with the AI. But like I said, it's a lot more riskier of a trade. But yeah, it's definitely like, this is a bag right here, y'all. This right here is a bag. This entry off a break of structure. So we would have entered off of this candle. And then let's just say it pulled back first, right? Because it is a wick there. So it pulled back about 500. But we're going to put our TP there. And then, yeah, this would have been crazy. Somebody would have passed the eval off of this one. And wait, this is a 15-minute chart. We're supposed to do this off the 5. All right, so we would have had our breaker structure here. We would have got this entry. Okay, still pretty similar. But yeah, and this first 5-minute candle, you could have been up 1,200. Wow, 2 bands. Somebody's passing that eval right now. You know what I'm saying? But you'll learn how to read the scanner. I'll get up here and I'll show you guys how to use it. And the guys that have access to it, you don't have to wait for me to stream if you know how to use it. If you're watching these videos on YouTube, and you can really run it up. You can take advantage of the market, with this AI. Look at price. Price is piling right now. Somebody passed the eval right here, just like that. But yeah, all right, man. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm about to enjoy the rest of my day. Like I said, if you're watching this later, definitely join the Discord so you can learn how to use this, so you can get access to this, and connect with me, man. Let's get this money on. Always remember, stack that cheese. God is good, and He deserves all the credit, like every last bit of it. And I can't thank Him enough, man. This skill is different. It's a different type of skill. It's a different type of money being made. And it's so much money. Like, you don't have to gatekeep. Anybody can make money in this market. And then, like I said, with this AI system, it changes the game. It takes the guessing out, and yeah, it's really life changer. So, shouts out to God. May He continue to bless me and the people around me. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all on the next stream, y'all. See y'all on the next stream. Out of here.